There is something special inside you.
Welcome to GNG Podcast with your host, speaker, best-selling author, Chaz Jackson.
What's going on, kings and queens? It's your boy Chaz Jackson coming back to you once again, representing GNG Gift and a Gift. Hey, I just personally want to take the time to tell each and every one of you, thank you for giving me your eyes and your ears once again. It's great to dive deep into some inspiration that I pray will plant like a seed in your mind and assist you in becoming a greater version of yourself. And I am so excited about this episode tonight. You know, if you've been listening to this podcast, that we are all gifted differently to make a difference. And I have a giant of a difference maker that's going to be coming on here, giving some golden nuggets, bringing some value for you to be able to take as a tip or technique and apply to your life. So go ahead, take my advice. I'm never wrong about this. Get your pen, get your paper. It's going down. We're going to dive into episode 18. And before I read off this short bio of my man, Lemar Wilson, I want to go over the message or the structure of this platform, what we're striving for. And it's to take the daily challenge of becoming a passionate visionary who is determined to leave a legacy for themselves by adopting unwavering life values and serving others in an area of gifting led by God. So that's the mission that we are on. I'm taking that daily challenge. I encourage each and every one of you to take that challenge. Also, before I read off this short bio, go ahead and share this out. Get somebody in front of this, whether you're a student, teacher, youth advocate, pastor, wherever scope of influence you're coming from as we equip our young males in personal development. Go ahead and get them in front of this message. But my man, Lemar Wilson, from Queens, New York, with 6 siblings in a single parent home he grew up in, Lemar learned to be a vocal speaker early in life. Motivational speaker and life coach, Lemar Wilson is inspiring and was previously encouraged by music. And losing a friend to cancer, he began educating, uplifting, and motivating students to their full potential. And my man, he's killing the game. He is on GNG Livestream podcast. My man Lemar, you're live on GNG Livestream podcast. Are you ready to get it, champion?
Man,
you ready to get it?
This is powerful right here.
Yeah, man. You live, man. I know you kind of listened to me read off your little short bio there, but is there anything else you want to share with the audience about yourself?
Yeah. I grew up, like I said, I grew up in the projects, 3 brothers, 3 sisters, and I just seen people around me just losing, finances, family, marriages, I seen everything, their health. I seen so much stuff just growing up, and that took a toll on me just as I was just growing up, teenage years and my 20s. And I just seen how that just didn't work, and you're being exposed to this stuff every day. This stuff is attacking me every day in my household. I grew up in a household with, it was drug dealers. I grew up in that household. I used to sleep on, we were so poor. I won't say we was poor, but, money wasn't flowing in, like we seen on TV, and my mom was making it work with 7 kids. There was a time where I was sleeping on crates, where I was two crates, at the top, 2 in the middle, 2 on the bottom, and, but we, I got brothers and they, they got to do what they need to do. And, but that was just a lifestyle that we seen. And that's all I seen. I saw, people worked, but they wasn't making money the way, people around was making money. And I was just tired of seeing that stuff. And, and I just was so strong-minded that I know that way is not the way I need to go. I know there is a stop point, whether it's going to be jail, or a grave. And I watched my brothers go in and out of jail, in and out of jail. And one day, I came home, everything seemed perfect the night before, and wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, and there's guns pressed on my head saying, get out the bed. And, my house got raided. And I see my mom in handcuffs. I see my sisters in handcuffs, my brothers in handcuffs over drugs. Like, if that's going to be the lifestyle, I don't want that. I wasn't put on this earth. I see my father, he died, he overdosed. Like, I see what this is doing to my family. I see what that's doing to people around me. I see that. And knowing that just pushed me more to say, all right, this is what I need to do. I need to stay out my house. I need to be active, playing basketball, activities out school, at school. And what I realized is that I didn't want that to ever happen to me again. When I put myself in a GED program, so I had someplace to go, throughout the day. Then I put myself in college and made sure that I got the latest class. I used to come home 1 o'clock in the morning, get back up at 5. Because I realized I watched it with my own self and people that police would run in somebody's house about 6 o'clock in the morning. So if I got out the house at 6, I was safe. Because I didn't have no business being locked up. I wasn't doing nothing. So that's not my lifestyle. And I know there's more to me. I see it on TV. I see I hear music. So I know there's more out in the world than what's in that circle where I'm from. And so knowing that my father died from it, knowing that one day coming home from school, going to my father asking for $1, like $1, he was so high, I could see the needle in his arm. And he didn't have no clue who I was. And knowing that at age 12, 13, coming home crying because my father don't know who I am, he chose drugs over his own kid, that affected me to the point like nobody, all I have is my mom. And, at 13, I should not be saying, when I have kids, I'm never going to treat them. No 13-year-old should be saying like that. So that's why it's important that I talk to the youth. I talk to kids that's in junior high school, that's in high school, that's saying, this is my situation right here. And I don't see no light at this tunnel. No, there is light. You just got to keep going towards it. But I promise you, if you sit there and you just be stagnant about the situation, you're going to be repeating the same cycle over and over. And I broke that curse. And as I got older, I just started seeing more stuff. I started exposing myself to things. And then, nobody in my family don't do the marriage thing. None of my brothers did the college route. First one to go to college, first one to get a bachelor's, first one to get an associate's, first person to get married and stay married. I'm over 10 years strong in my marriage because I know that I know what the outcome is repeated cycles. I don't want to repeat nothing. So I want, if you're listening to this, I want you to understand. So right now, you may not see anything good out of this, but I promise you, if 1%, if you know in your heart that there is something good, focus on that 1%. Focus on that 1%. I promise you.
I like that. I like that. And dude, thank you for sharing that with the audience about where you come from, some of the obstacles that you had to overcome. And dude, there's so many similar things that me and you can relate to about what my man Chip Baker, he calls it the ACE, the adverse child experience, right? Some of the things that you couldn't control, but it seems like from what I'm hearing, I'm paraphrasing, is like you took that situation, those obstacles, those barriers, and you created opportunities as you got older to be able to say, hey, when you're looking back to that young person, sharing, becoming vulnerable, sharing the way things really was, being authentic and passionate about what you're doing, you're able to relate to that 1, that 2, that 3 kids, be like, hey, Lemar went through this. His parents, he grew up in an alcohol and drug environment. He slept on crates. He did these things and went through these things. And I'm in that similar situation. But look, he's came out of that and he's looking to inspire me. So if Lemar can do it, I can do it. And that's kind of like seems like the message that you're on. And thank you again for diving deep into that. And man, you're just a powerful individual. And throughout the whole process, like I'm sure there was people telling you, hey man, why you want to be a motivational speaker? Like, you sure you want to speak up and reach out to kids? Was there any point throughout your journey, throughout your story that, you felt that you wasn't in the right lane, or there was people around you that was putting you down and you was kind of questioning what you wanted to do?
Yeah, when I first started, I was questioning myself because I was asking myself like, well, maybe I need to do this, this way. I see them doing it that way, and God was telling me, son, I don't need all that. You don't need all that. I gave you a gift since you were a little kid that you can talk. People gravitate to you. You have that energy, and people say, oh, Lemar, who you make money off this, or what? Why are you doing that? Leave them where they are. I had friends who would say, don't talk. The youth is the youth. Don't worry about them. And that's where it starts. That's where it starts. That's where it all starts. If we can make a difference with the youth, and they take that information that they learned today or they hear tonight and apply that tomorrow, the next day, and so on, and they just apply it, I promise you, we're going to have more successful people in the world versus someone getting it when they're in their 30s, trying to learn something that they should have learned when they were 16 or 20. And now you got a 50-year-old still dealing with the same problem that they had when they were 10 years old because they've never faced it. No one ever told them, hey, look, this is what you need to do. My family used to push on me and say, don't talk about what happened in that house. Or people that in my neighborhood that would say, don't worry about these kids. That's why they got schooled. No, I need to, because there's no one out there telling these kids, listen, there is opportunities in the world, and you just need to be exposed to this. And it always hurt me because I started questioning myself. Maybe I should just keep my thoughts to myself. Maybe I shouldn't talk about my marriage where I, in 11 years of marriage, and out that 11 years, 3 of them we were separated. Maybe I shouldn't talk about me feeling like why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why maybe I should just leave all this stuff. And God told me, son, I never gave you these trials and tribulations to keep to yourself. I need you to share this. Somebody behind you need to hear this. So I get up every morning and I send a motivational text. I throw a video out. Why? It's because I know the day that I don't send out a uplifting message or video, that's the day somebody, a kid, a grown, anybody, that's when they're going to need me the most. So I have that relationship with God to say, what do you want me to do? Because I'm not listening to the noise no more. I may not get the support from my family, my friends, but as long as I get the support from God, I'm straight. So if you're passionate about something right now, you're listening to this and we're having this conversation, you're passionate, you're sitting there and you're listening to me and you say, man, I would love to write that book. Man, I would love to speak. I would love to do a podcast, but I'm thinking about, well, what this person gonna say? They're not gonna like it. They bump all that. Do what you need to do. Don't look for perfection. That's gonna come. But start now. And that's what I did. You know how scary it is to get in front of a camera and you and I just talking?
I'm telling you, man.
But the greatest feeling is once you do it and you break that ice, it's tunnel vision.
Dude, I'm telling you. Hey, I'm sure you are thanking me if you got your pen and paper out. But if you didn't, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead, hit the pause button, get your paper, because my man just dropped some jewels, some nuggets. I told you that he's going to bring some value. And, man, it was so much in what you just shared. And I even want to go back to when you first began that whole paradigm shift for the audience is whenever you talked about how when you was younger, it was taught to you not to share your emotions, share what was actually going on around in your environment. I can relate to that because, you know, growing up, it was like a man shouldn't express his feelings. That was taught to me. A man shouldn't talk about his issues. He should just deal with it and keep pressing forward because that's what men do. But as I got older and got, you know, progressing through my journey, I learned that there was power in expressing your emotions. It was power in letting go of those strongholds and those obstacles that, man, I was carrying stuff from when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, and I was in my 20s, man, still thinking about this stuff. And it drove me to do alcohol abuse, man. It drove me to act out and take, you know, 2 steps forward and 3 steps back at times, just from one of those dramas and traumas that was never dealt with, man. And I call it emotional baggage, if that makes sense. And it was like, man, I had that bag tight. I had it tight because in the back of my head, I heard grandpa, uncles saying, hey, don't open that bag because that shows that you're vulnerable and that's a sign of weakness for a man. But any young man that's listening right now, that is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. That if we can come together collectively as men, talk about our issues and come together and create a solution during a problem, man, something magical in that. And us as black men in general, I'm just speaking on us, man, we don't do that enough. So when we can come together and do that, I feel like that's powerful.
It is.
Yeah,
It
and
is.
I feel like that's one of our youth struggles, but I want you to kind of dive deep on whatever comes to mind of what do you feel like is something that the youth is struggling with right now in 2020? I know COVID is one of the biggest schemes of things, but is there anything else that kind of pops in mind from you working with kids?
Yeah, it's attention. It's communication. It's so much that right now the youth is missing. They feel like if I don't have this, you know, latest sneakers or what's going on, then you know I'm not good. I'm not the cool kid, and then I'm gonna get bullied, and I'm gonna have all this to deal with. And you're focusing on the wrong things because at 10 years from now, it's gonna mean nothing. You know, and I mean, we were all youth, and I would think I would need Jordans every. You know, I gotta have the latest stuff. I gotta have, and I never realized. And okay, now we're gonna get deep. I never realized growing up, and I want you to understand this what I'm about to say because this is deep, guys, and I want you to pay attention. Growing up, chasing Jordans was the only thing I applied to my mom's agenda. She had to get it done. If she didn't, we had a problem. I was mad at her. I wasn't washing the dishes. I wasn't clean. I wasn't doing nothing. Mom, bump you, right? But now let me drop a jewel because I want the youth to understand this. If you're listening, I want anybody to understand this. We never took the consideration that our parents had their own personal stuff they were dealing with. I'm going to say that again because that probably went over somebody's head. We are so focused on what we want, and we're not focused on what they actually have to deal with. As a parent, my son is coming to me saying, I want a snow globe, but I'm trying to figure out how do I make it to work on time? How do we pay this bill? How do we make sure that the food is on the table? But I want to make my child happy. So you're sitting there right now, and you're so into yourself about what you want versus what you need. And if we can change that, and say it ain't that deep, Mom, Dad, I really don't need that. And we're not communicating with each other enough where we can say that. No, we going out there. No, I'm getting mad. Don't talk to me. Cursing them out and slamming doors and running out the house. Come on. And that's why this is right now, the way this generation is that there's no role models. There's no positive role model. We got positive quotes. It's sweet that you see it on social media. That quote look good. But there's no one to hold my hand or have that one-on-one conversation and say, this is where I'm at in my life. All right, where do you want to be? This is where I want to be. Okay, what are you doing? Well, I got to do this stuff. Yeah, it's always kill me when they say, man, go to church. I got some stuff to work out. Once I figure that out, then I'm gonna go to church. The stuff that you're working out is in church.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And this is why, like you said earlier, as men, young men and women too, let's go there. As just people right now that we're breathing, we're watching this and we're listening. Get around some people that's positive. I know your cousin is cool. I know your cousin, they pay for your food and they hang out, they answer your call, they text, they say, but is that the person you really directing your energy and your focus on how you're going to move forward when you hit your 20s, your 30s, or if you're going 40? Is that the right direction you want to go? Get around some people that's like, you know what? I don't know what they're doing in their relationship, but I want that. I like that because I know in my relationship, we're not on one accord. I know when I'm at school, me and my teacher beefing. I'm cutting class because I think she don't like me. I think she don't like me. Nah, the way she talked to me, I'm not listening to her. Or you know what? I'm dealing with some stuff at school. And you know what? I'm not going to take it out on my mom. You know how I'm going to take it out on her? I'm going to bring it to school. I'm going to sit there. I'm not going to open my book. I'm going to kick the chair. I'm going to sit up. I'm going to talk in class. I'm going to do all this stuff. You're not hurting nobody but yourself because what you do today is going to factor tomorrow. So this is what right now you're lacking this information because you're in your feelings. And once you get out your feelings and you start focusing on, listen, what do I want in my life today is what right now, what do I want in my life? What do I see my life at when I get to college? Because people kill me that say college is not for everybody. College is for everybody. I promise you right now, if I own a Fortune 500 company, I'm not giving it to someone that if you could just drop out, or if you feel like this is listen, I don't want no school. I'm not giving you that type of business, that type of responsibility, because you're gonna let it go too.
Right.
Like you gotta learn to communicate. I'm telling you, it's gonna take you. I know you don't want to do it because it's scary, and you feel like, you know what, this is just too much. But this is gonna help you. Just be open. It's scary. Your voice is gonna break up. You're gonna be shaky. You're gonna stutter. You're gonna do all. Get it out, because as men, we hold stuff in. We be like, no, you're not supposed to cry. Man up, man up. No, I'm quick to. I promise. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm quick to tell my wife that hurt. That hurt.
Got to, man.
But that's the breakthrough. That's the breakthrough. So now she know, all right, wait, before I talk to him, let me make sure I got my stuff in order, because I know I may come off wrong. And that's what we're not communicating. Mom, what you said to me, that really hurt my feelings. Well, how did it hurt your feelings? Boom, boom, boom. Now she like, all right, now we connected. Okay, let's go. Let's do that.
Dude, that's gold. Relationships, communication, all of that is key to build a foundational success with relationships in general. Yeah, so that's really good stuff. And I think it was Will Smith, man, and he was like, you got to get around people that like fanned your flame. You know, there's so many people out there, man, trying to put out our flame, trying to blow out our torch inside of us. I know the motto of this show is we're all gifted differently to make a difference. Physically, we are a gift, but there's something deep down inside of that God-given gift that's wanting to blow like a torch with knowledge and beauty, man. It's there. It wants to come out. But too often in life, there could be people in your environment that's trying to blow out that torch, is trying to keep that torch from blowing. And I always tell some of my kids, man, I actually talk about this in my talk on Possible. Like, check your cell phone and look at your text messages. Are those top 5 people in your text messages? Now, use the analogy of water. Are they nourishing you or are they drowning you? Like, how's that relationship? And you'll be surprised, man. You see those kids, they look at their phone and they're like, wow, like this person is talking about this girl, or, you know, they're pouring, they're projecting out all this, you know, negativity and this oppressed mindset. And you really got to understand, man, you got to get around people that's nourishing you. you know, and speaking life into your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, and progressing you through life. So, man, I truly believe that communication. And again, we got to have these conversations. Like we're having a conversation right now, Lemar. We have to get, as young men, we have to get around people that we can trust, we like, to have these authentic conversations about issues that's going on in this world, because they're going on, man. Things are going on, and we got things that's causing us to act out, causing us not to be who God designed us to be, and we got to get back to that for sure. And I know the theme of this whole conversation on episode 18 is I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. Tell me, when you hear that, what comes to mind? What comes to mind when you hear that theme?
That there's nothing. Right now, you might feel stagnant, but you have to get it done. Like your success is waiting on you. Like your future is waiting on you. It's saying, I want to write a book. I want to go do sports. I want to own my own business. I want to go finish college. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to make that attempt. It's sitting there saying, when you're ready, I'm ready. I won't give up on you as long as you don't give up on you. Okay. Because your gift is saying, this is what you want. Listen, I have done it for many people in the world. Okay, but my background, but the way I was raised, or I don't have the education, or I don't have the finances, I don't have this, and your gift and your goals and your target is saying, and well, you thought we just handed to them? Like, you have to get this done. Like, I can get this done. It's possible because someone else did it before. I see it on TV, I see it on social media. It's done. Okay, I will. Okay, so what is it that I got to do? The internet opens up everything. YouTube, figure it out. They say, we got everything. If you can't find it, then it can't be done. Google, that's Google's model. You can Google it. But I must, because I'm counting on me. My mom's counting on me. The generation behind me is counting on me to break that curse or add on to the success. You know, I watch military families, and I ask people, so why you join the military? Oh, because my great grandfather was in the military, and my grandfather, and my father, and my brother, and it's like, oh, so you continuing the generation? Oh yeah. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it now. I see what you're doing. Okay, but is that what you really want to do? Yeah, because I've been around, I've been exposed to it. I see what it can do for me. You know, everybody got their opinion on it, but some people like, man, I love to travel, I want to be around the world, and that's the easiest way I could do it without coming out of my pocket. Oh, got it. I got it. But you have to believe in yourself. It starts with faith. You know, my wife once said, I said, you know, babe, I promise you, I'm gonna make this money. And I kept praying to God. I kept telling him, I'm gonna make this type of money. I want to make this type of money. And my wife started saying it little by little. She didn't believe it. But you, that faith that I had. And once it started coming in, I said, oh, okay. And it's just faith. Like, you believe in yourself. Stop. Tonight is the night. Stop waiting for someone to believe in your dreams. It's your dreams. It's not my dream. It's not his dream. It's not her dream. It's not your mama's dream. It's not your dad's dream. It's your dream. It's your destiny. At the end of the day, when you look back, and I always say this, if someone put a mirror in front of you and said, look at your life, what do you see? What have you accomplished in the last 3 years? Oh, I did this. Okay. What else did you leave off that list? Because everybody leaves stuff off the list. In the next 5 years, look at your life. Can you honestly say I gave 100%? And I'll be honest with myself. Let's be honest tonight. I realized there's some areas in my life that I still need to work on to get to that 100%. But I promise you this. I promise you, and there's other areas in my life, I'm 120. Because I want to make sure that anybody that sees me, they see that's what I want. I don't know what he's doing over there, but I know that's what I want. Or, you know what? I want that same energy he got. So you must get it done. It's a must. It's not well, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week. It's not really that serious now. No, it is that serious. Your success is counting on you. Make it count.
Dude, be small. Be small. I love it. I'm telling you, man. Hey, I'm taking notes, man. I'm taking notes. You dropping some jewels. I'm telling you, blessing the audience right now. You shining.
Man.
And dude, you said a mouthful, a lot of value there. And in my mind, I paraphrased some things that I really took that stood out to me is success leaves clues, right? Getting around, like, stuff's already been done. So really grounding yourself, getting that clarity, focus, and consistency on getting around people that's, like, if you want to be a cook, get around your top chefs that's in your area and be like, yo, reach out to them. People love to give value, man. If you ask questions, don't be afraid to ask questions, young man. If you're listening, like, success leaves clues. If you want to write that book, get around people that's published a book. If you want to be a speaker, get around speakers. I mean, and you can draw the line and plug in the blank. Like, success leaves clues. You know, you're not alone. And I feel like that's what you was getting at. Like, you got Google, YouTube, you got mentors, coaches. People want to help. You just have to ask, and you gotta pour yourself out there. You gotta get really clear on where you want to be. And also, man, it was gold what you shared about validation. That's kind of the word that I'll put there. Is sometimes people's not going to believe in your dreams. Like, some people's not going to believe in your dreams. Some people, there was people when I said I wanted to publish a book, they just kind of snicked. Like, early, like, where you come from, you want to publish a book. Have anybody in your family ever published a book? Has anybody in your family ever even went to college? And all this stuff was playing in my head, but hey, I want to set that standard for my girls. I got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. They seen daddy publish a book. They're going to go out and publish 4 or 5. Hey, daddy can do it. I'm pulling up my nieces and nephews. Hey, if Chaz can do it, you can do it. There's nothing special about me. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not the brightest. I don't have the best programs in the world, or however that case may be. But what I do share is my story, and it's authentic, and it's based on my experiences and tips and techniques that I've used to get to where I am today. And I feel like I have validation on that. And a lot of times, other people's not going to comprehend or understand a dream that's meant for you, young person, or whoever's listening to me right now. So you, like that was gold what you shared. Like, sometimes you're going to be your biggest fan, and everyone else going to come later on, for sure. And it moves into this, man. So again, we're all gifted differently to make a difference. And I know there's a young man that's listening right now. He has gifts. We all have a gift. Out of 7 billion people on this planet, each and every person is here to contribute something that me or you are unable to contribute. I truly believe that there's something special that only Lamar's going to do, that only Chaz is going to do. But is there a tip or technique, last question, before we get ready to wrap this up, that you will share with the young male on bringing their gift forward for the world to see? And how would you go by doing that?
I would say start. Stop looking for something perfect. Whatever you want to do, just start. And when you start, don't look back. Don't worry about what's on the side. Don't worry about the greatest thing is, I love watching horses. You ever watch a horse race? They have the blinders on, because a horse is so easy to get distracted. If he looks on the side, that's it. The race is over. So they put it on the side, and all he sees is front. And that's why they're able to run. And once you start, no matter what it is, somebody's going to think this is a silly thing. It's not going to work. I hope it don't work. This never happened. This could never happen. And you may fail. Accept it. Like, accept the fail. Why? It's because you learn. Okay, Disney fell. Dr. Seuss fell. Okay, let's go a couple more years. Jay-Z fell. Dr. Dre fell. Denzel Washington fell. Like, the greats fell, but they accepted and they learned from it. And they didn't let someone discourage them. Don't allow someone's limitations be your limitations. Don't allow that. You have to tell yourself, no matter what happens, I'm going to do this. Until I say I'm done, I give up because I want to give up, not because this person said something or that person did this or I see this not working. Start. Make a difference in your life. Don't worry about nobody else's life. Worry about your life. And once you start, just get up in the morning and I tell yourself, okay, what do I need to do to start this goal? Okay, I hate getting up in the morning, but I know this is my only free time. Set some time out.
Mm.
Don't go and invest your time in something for someone else, and you're not investing your time into yourself. It's the craziest thing because what we're doing is that we're saying, all right, well, I'm going to give 8 hours here in school, and then when I come home, I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to get on social media.
Mm.
But it sounds sweet, Chaz. It sounds sweet to say,
Yeah.
"Yo, man, I'm being the NBA." And do what? You're not even working on it. Oh, you got a little crossover, but you're not working on it. You need to get up an hour early and work on your game.
Mm.
Stay late, work on your game. I want to draw. When's the last time did you buy a book? No, I just scribble. When I get a chance, or when I'm alone, you need a book. Go buy a book. You go buy food. You go hang out. Invest in your dream. And it's fine that you want to keep it to yourself. You don't really, you're shy. That's okay. But don't be shy with yourself.
Mm.
Allow yourself to say, you know what? This is for me. And if it doesn't have to be about money. Sometimes your art, and I know an artist. Sometimes your art may be $1 million to someone just looking at it.
Mm.
And it doesn't have to be about money. Don't put money. If you put money on your gift, you're gonna be broke.
Mm.
Christmas time. You're broke. I'm trying to help you tonight. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you right now. I'm trying to help you because I want you to understand that your gift, like they say, will make room for you.
Mm.
But if you're not trying to move, I promise you're going to stay the same way you are that you see your parents do, your friends, everybody around you. Make a difference. Be the example for everybody, but you have to start.
Mm. Dude.
You got to start.
Dude. Hey, you dropped the mic right there. You dropped the mic. Hey, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. And we have to, and I take that daily challenge of being comfortable with being uncomfortable. We have to get uncomfortable, man. It's like if you go in the gym and work out, right? Like your muscles not going to grow if you keep lifting the same weight week out and week out. You have to increase that weight. You have to get to that delayed onset muscle soreness. You have to keep increasing. You have to keep getting yourself uncomfortable in whatever situation it is. If you're growing yourself, growing in relationships, growing financially, spiritually, wherever the case may be, we have to continue to get ourselves outside of our comfort zones. Man, that's gold right there. And I know there's somebody that's listening. They're like, this guy, Lemar Wilson, man, I took down some copious notes. I done found 2 or 3 things that I want to apply. But, man, I want to get in contact with this guy because this is somebody I got to be around. I got to get his motivation. Can you just share with the audience how they can reach out to you and get some more of your inspiration and personal development?
Yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. I am Lemar Wilson. That's LemarWilson. Twitter. If you just want to be, hey, I just want to talk to you, one-on-one, just email me, bookLamarWilson@gmail.com. And listen, I'm on distance. I talk to everybody. If I got the time, you got my attention. That's I ain't on that high level. I don't know. I want to inspire the world, and I definitely want to make sure that when I walk past a youth, that they say, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right path. I know what I need to do with my life. It's great to know that my mom, my parents had it, but I'm doing this for me. I want to make grandma proud. and this is what I need to do: pull my pants, or stop cursing, or stop hanging out, stop saying these words or that word. But this is for me. This time is for me. Start
It is for
tonight.
you. It is for you. It is for you. You're glowing on this camera. Dude, you're giant. Thank you so much for what you're doing for young people, adults, people that's been placed in your path. I know I've definitely been following your work and abide with everything that you're doing. I thank you so much for blessing GNG podcast audience with your time and your presence and your wisdom. Dude, I know God has so much more in store for you. There's 66 books in the Bible, which is my favorite Bible. But I feel like God's not dead. He's still writing books right now. He's writing the book of Chaz. He's writing the book of Lemar. And he's not done with you. You got so much
Right.
more left to do. You got so many more people to inspire. Dude, I'm so excited to see what God does in your life. And again, thank you so much for blessing us on episode 18, brother.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Just
Hey,
keep in
most
mind,
definitely.
guys,
Yes.
I am my future. Just remember that. Just tell yourself that every morning. I am my future. That's it.
Most definitely. I'm gonna lead us out. I told you, Lamar Wilson gonna bring the heat. Thank each and every one of you for your eyes and your ears on this GNG live stream podcast. And I want you to stay up with GNG. We're here for you to help you any way that we can. I want you guys to keep those crowns on your hearts and take this one to heart. We are God's echo. I love each and every one of you. Peace.
Thank you for listening to G&G Podcast. Remember, you are gifted differently to make a difference. Please visit ChazJacksonSpeaks.org and let's continue to grow together. God bless.
Self.